situation may seem. You gotta stretch your faith. You gotta keep on moving. You gotta keep on pressing through your obstacles. It doesn't matter what your situation is. It doesn't matter what your obstacles may be. You gotta stretch your faith. Doesn't matter what your situation may seem. You gotta stretch your...
Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is your girl, your co-host, Cynthia J, on the Cynthia J Show, holding us women accountable, not excluding the men. Yes, sorry about that, guys. Your girl's trying to chime on in and make sure she got everything straight for tonight. How is everyone doing? Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and share as we get ourselves ready. You're going to see everything blank out for just a hot second, guys. Want to make sure I got everything up and ready for the podcast tonight. But welcome, welcome, welcome. We are going to be on a deep topic today, something that is not, hey, from Charleston, South Carolina. Welcome, love. We definitely going to be on a topic today. Again, I am your birthing doula, your psalmist, your inspirational healer, your encourager, and so much more. Coming to you live, giving it to you straight with the truth, nothing but the truth. And peace and love to those who are just chiming on in. Again, I'm your girl, your co-host, Cynthia J, on the Cynthia J Show, holding us women accountable, not excluding the men. So we are going to be on a deep topic that is not discussed very often, that needs to be, and need to be reminded, actually, just to throw that out there to you guys. But as do so, I'm going to go ahead and start making sure I share this. So be patient with your sister as she is sharing this with others so they are aware that your sister is on live. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Chime on in. Let someone know that I'm up here. We are going to, again, be on a deep topic today. It's not going to be too much on entertainers and all that other stuff, but this topic is something that needs to be addressed. It needs to be reminded, and it needs to be uplifted in the community because we've been sleeping on this. And on this topic, we are on season 3, episode 9, dealing with the health and the rise of, for those who know it as today, STIs, or STDs for those who remember back in the day as, I'm telling my age, you guys know how we used to do. We knew it as STDs, yes. And it needs to be talked about. And why I'm saying this is because the rise of STDs, as you guys know as STIs, are rising rapidly. So go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and share right now, because this needs to be talked about in our community, around our children, our people, those, across the nation, whoever it may be in the DMV area. Shout out to those who are in the DMV area. Again, shout out to those in the month of March who are having their birthdays. I know plenty of people are having birthdays today. So again, shout out to those who are having their birthdays. Happy birthday. We are in today. Actually, it's springtime. And known as the spring equinox for those who are unaware of that. So go ahead and salute the spring equinox during this season. Yes, yes, yes. Wow. Who had ever thought the spring equinox? Wow. Like for real. The spring equinox on a whole nother level. So I know for those who are out here in the DMV area, y'all enjoyed this lovely warm weather. It was beautiful today, but unfortunately we got hit with a storm really fast. For those who don't know, we got hit with a storm. That storm came like a whirlwind. It was thundering and lightning and everything. I was like, oh no, wait a minute. I don't even recall them even saying it was going to rain today. But yeah, it rained today. It rained today. For those who are unaware of it, it rained today. So yes, but the weather was very beautiful. Bathed in that sun. Other people had allergies already because that pollen is popping. Yes, that pollen is popping out there. Again, if you're going to be out there in the pollen, please make sure when you get home, and I'm telling this to every generation from young and old with, good intentions and wisdom. Make sure when you come from outside, you wipe your face, you wash your hands. If you have locks like me, please make sure that you try your best to keep your hair wrapped, or make sure you get a hot rag with some good soap and whatever else and wipe down your locks. Because I come to find out that a lot of individuals during the seasons, they don't think to wipe down their hair. And so then you're getting in your bed, you're laying up on your pillows, you just whatever. And I see this a lot. It's like I see people outside who walk in their pajamas, walking their dog, and then you hopping back in your bedroom, laying back in your bed from whatever was outside into your bed. And then you wonder why you're sick. Like I see kids walking in their pajamas into school. Now, when I was in school back in the day, especially in college, we used to do stuff like that. We will walk to one class that was close, and then we turned around and we would hop back in our bed. But those days are over. We didn't know any better. So let's do better that we don't hop back in our beds again, doing things like that. When you get home, you're supposed to take off whatever you had out there. So needless to say, again, let's be mindful of that, but enjoy that weather. If you didn't get that good weather, that's all right, because the season is coming. So let's get prepared. But again, we are going to be on today's topic dealing with health and the rise of STIs. For those who remember, that's STDs, yes. And the reason why I'm on this topic is because I'm coming across and I'm finding out and pulling up more articles pertaining to, the STIs/STDs. It's on the rise. And again, when I was growing up, we used to talk about it on social media when it was just starting to come, but it was talked about way before then. You had seminars. You would have certain people who experienced certain things come and speak to the youth or in the community, and community wellness programs and things like that. And we're forgetting to do that now. We've gotten so comfortable that we don't even think to even, go back into the community and keep our young youth. And for those who don't know certain things, aware of it. You'd be very surprised how many people who are adults that don't know enough when it comes to STIs. Like seriously, they don't know enough. They only know what they know. And even though in the school systems now, they are talking about this, especially younger kids, their children are becoming very sexually active at a young age. So I advise to all parents, if you don't know how to sit down and talk with your children, you need to. Because in this day and time that we're living in, if you really take the time and look, even children at the age of 10, yes, 10. And you're going to be like, okay, why am I on here even listening to something about this? This ain't even that important. Let me share something with you. This is very important. Go talk with for women, go talk with your gynecologist and ask them, how many young girls do they have coming in here that has contracted an STD? How many mid-young women attracted? How many of those who are older attracted? Yes, seriously, have attracted an STD. Go ahead and ask your gynecologist. Or to the men, go ahead and ask your primary doctor, your male doctor. You'd be very amazed. It's very high, and especially in the Black community. And I'm really catching that. In the Black community, it's increasing back. Also, I'm going to say even in the Hispanic community, the STD rate has risen even tremendously. And no offense to those who might take this offensively, but since the crossing of the borders, I've been talking with some females that I came across who just happened to open up to me, and I will not disclose their names. This is their privacy. All of this that I'm talking about to TikTok and to Restream are for education and entertainment purposes only. So be advised that this is what it's for. And so anyway, when talking to these young ladies, especially from the Black community, a majority of them had caught in STDs because of who they were with. And majority of them are some outside of their race and culture, vice versa in other areas as well. But it is very, very high. And people are scared to even talk about it anymore. I remember as a young woman growing up, I used to love listening to TLC, who would have this song, let's talk about sex and stuff like that. Even with Salt and Pepper, all of them used to be big advocates on protecting yourself. Who remember Left Eye used to, I know this is crazy for those, and you're going to be like, hold on, wait a minute. This is Cynthia J. She's supposed to be in ministry, blah, blah, blah. Yes, I'm supposed to be in the ministry, but I'm also going to keep it 100 with you. I mean, even Christ kept it real. So with that being said, you know, it was something that was very highly talked about. It would tell you protect yourself. Women have no value of your worth with your body. You do not find that anymore. Young women and young women, peace and love. How are you, beautiful woman? 1026. I'm well, but you don't hear it talked about anymore. And God bless you too. And it's sad because, again, it was highly talked to young girls to value yourself, love your body. Don't be so quick to get out here and allow, you know, yourself to be devalued and things like that. Don't make yourself so open. It has been a while. I've been very, very busy, love. But it's to be so open and your value, your flower. And it's something that I love that I see in other ministries and other places. They tend to talk and say, okay, hey guys, remember, young girls, your womanhood is a flower. It is a rose. This is very valuable. Think about a rose. Once it sprouts out, it dies. And that's how valuable you are when you get out of that situation and you do what you're supposed to do. And make sure that you do that. In a little bit of a situation, got 2 daughters and we are in need of help with food. Please help. If you guys definitely know of any places out there, go ahead, sister. Let's give a shout out of your location for those who are in your area so that they can gear you and direct you and help assist you on where you at right now, love. I know I'm unable at this time because I just ditched out. Again, I'll talk about that part at the end. But for those, yes, they do. Some places do once a month, but they also still do an emergency backup. You'd be very amazed. A lot of people don't know this, but most food banks in the city where you at, they do an emergency backup. You just be unaware of it because they don't tell you. That I am finding out a lot more now. Is it okay if I can put the information? That's fine. Just put that in there, and whoever is out there will definitely hit you out. Not in my city, I try. Again, just in your city, you might only know but so much. And like where I'm at, I only knew what I knew from the resources, the lists that they gave. However, once I turned around, found out they had other hidden places I did not know. They're there. We just don't know. So you guys, if y'all see the sister, definitely help her out for her and her children. They just need food. If you are able to, her Cash App is $Sam5867. But yes, shout out to those who would definitely support her. We're very, very appreciated to help her and her daughters for some food if y'all can. Also reach out to her, message her, so maybe you can instant cart some food to her. That would be great. I had to do that about a few weeks back. I even had to have some family, so sometimes it gets like that. But what needless to say, back to what I was saying, but back to the STD thing, guys. You know, again, this is something that a lot of us don't take the time to really pay attention. And we got to educate our young folks. We got to let them know that their life is serious. They playing around with Russian and roulette. You cannot play with your life. The STD population rate in the Black community has risen back up. It had declined. It had declined. Like seriously, it had declined. And now it's back on a rise. And it's been back on a rise since the pandemic. If y'all really paid attention, have y'all not noticed it's been back on a rise since the pandemic? And some people believe that it had to do with the vax. Or I should say the vacationers. Yes, the vacationers. It has been on a rise since the vacationers. I'm going to call it that, the vacationers. For those who you know what I mean, you know what I mean, you know what I mean. And with that being said, it was said, and for those who follow Brother Rizza Islam, if you don't know who he is, definitely hit up Brother Rizza Islam. He was with a lot of the doctors on the panel board who were going out around here, who started to go against the vacate at the time. And a lot of individuals didn't know what was in it. People were just getting scared and they were just taking it. But it had shown with those who he had partnered with, and they all got together and they received the resources to take the time for us as a people to pay attention to what was going on. They turned around and studied what was in it. They took one of them and went through it. They took the vial and looked through it, and they found more than one thing. And some, for Pfizer and Moderna, they found some shown what the others across the country was looking. So I got to be careful what I say, especially for those who are on social media like TikTok and stuff. They found not only SARS, but they found strands of the HIV and others in these vax. And so with that being said, is you can see this is one of the reasons why a lot of people's immune system started to break down after taking it. Not only that, as the population in the United States started to increase, they started seeing a rise in the STD population. Now, the main one that they seen the rise the most in the STD that had been actually subsided for a while was HIV. Why is it rising back again? Why is it rising back again? That had been something that had been declining for a while. They had it, on bay. But why is that rising back up again? That should be a red flag sign. You have too many young men and women out here who are just running rampantly. They're getting too comfortable. They're going to parties and clubs and things like that, taking, substance and stuff like that, and not being aware of who they're sleeping with, not using no protection like condoms, female condoms, male condoms, whatever. I'm seeing too many videos as a joke and whatever else it is that they say, oh, we using Plan B, all this kind of stuff like that's going, it might help you with the pregnancy thing, but it's not helping you for something that is being passed to another person and it's killing everybody. Exactly. That demon juice destroys your immune system totally. They put HIV in it. Yeah. See, this is a comment coming off of YouTube. Thanks, love. Thanks, Niecy Poo. And yeah, it's just true. And they're not going to tell you that. They're not going to tell you that. They don't even want us to know. They want you and I to be so blind to what is going on. They make you become desperate. So you do anything out of fear. Fear. That is why it's so important to be careful. Don't just take any and everything your doctor tell you, but also as we're teaching the children this, let them be mindful that they need to protect themselves. Because like you heard me say, I'm going to start with the children first. The kids now are having sex early because they are so easily influenced by peer pressure, easy influenced by what they see on social media, easy influence by so many things. See, like now I just got a warning on TikTok. They don't want me to tell the truth. They don't want me to tell the truth. Easily influenced. They're so easily influenced. And it's sad how easily influenced, our young kings and queens are. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and share, and put out here on the comments and let TikTok know in the U.S. and across the nations that there's no violations for telling the truth, giving the truth and nothing but the truth. This is not just me giving my word. This is actually me going out here, and I am talking with individuals, going to rallies, advocating for young youth, and they would tell you out of their own mouths how easily it is to be influenced by the pressure, by social media, by everything. including, movies, videos, and things like that. Even if you go on these movie apps, they're supposed to be restricting certain things for young youth, and it's not. They make it so what used to be PG seem like it's not even PG anymore. Have y'all not noticed that? I have, because I have a young one. And I go up and I'll listen or watch, because we got young children now. We have to debate with them 24/7 what is out here they shouldn't be looking at, and they swear up and down, oh, we don't know what we're talking about, because they believe parents like us are old. How many of y'all used to think like that with your parents? I know I did. I ain't even gonna front. I used to be like, oh, my mom, oh, they don't know what they're talking about. But they knew more than what we knew. They used their common sense and wisdom and gain knowledge. And now we live in a society where they want you to just be the dumbed down door worker bee. They want you to be the blindsider so you won't catch nothing. So you just live in a world of la la land. That's what they want you to do. That's what the system is. So with that being said, they will do anything and everything they can to prevent you from knowing what is necessary for your youth. So then the youth is so easily influenced by the music and the agenda of the world that they get out here and they do things prematurely. I remember having a conversation with a young mother whose daughter, she was shocked. She couldn't even figure out what was wrong with her. I remember when I was in college helping a young high school young lady. Yes, high school young lady. She thought something that was so simple as a female issue, it actually was not as simple as a female issue. She had to be taken to the emergency room. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Yes. And she felt that her life was over. And it was crazy because around that time, I was thinking back to my first year of college when this young man was giving us a tour. And when he was giving us a tour, I can't remember his name, but he had locks just like me. He reminded me of like being in different worlds back in the day. You know how you get them college tour, he had a different world dress going on. And as we were walking, how we end up in the conversation, I don't recall. But he had mentioned about a man who had helped those to heal. Because, they don't want you to say the C word on here. Help those to heal. And he mentioned the name, but back then I didn't remember it till later when he mentioned Dr. Sabi. And when I look back at that, I'm like, dang, how did I forget this? Like, how did I allow this to bypass me like that? Like, are you serious? Dr. Sabi, yeah. This was my freshman year of college. And he said, the pharmaceutical doctors and all of them didn't want him to let people know the truth, so they took him to court. But guess what? We all seen the documentation and the videos on YouTube and everywhere else that he won his court case in New York. So as we salute and rise high continuously to the greatest legacy and ancestor, Dr. Sabi, salute to him still, because he paved the way along with other great legends who was out here really trying their best. But yes, so we need to get back into having these conversations, having, these community groupings in our community, within the schools, or get, we already know we got to have written documentation to get permission for the, the youth. But that's just like, the schools, they're talking about it. Half the time, you don't even know that they're talking to your children about it. Because remember, the schools are still a part of the system too. And come on, the schools are part of the system. At half time, they ain't even got to let you know what they're talking to your children about. They don't think that anything they do is wrong. Once we signed, for some of us that signed that birth certificate, we gave up the right to our children. For those who are aware of it and are unaware. So with that being said, it's very, very important that we still have that in our community, and get back to those days when they would talk about stuff like this on 106 and Park and MTV and all of those things, so that it wasn't just for the youth, but it was also for those who were still in their mature age or older that knew about these things. There was women who were older in their 50s back in the day that would tell us, especially young women. And the only reason why, again, I'm saying this is because I grew up in a time where I salute those who have ascended now, and some of them are no longer here. And they truly taught us how to value yourself as a young woman or a young man, and why it's important to protect yourself, why it's important that you don't just, gather with any person or do anything with any person, because you not only devalue yourself, but for those who do not believe in this, it's also a spiritual attachment. It's a spiritual attachment there. And it takes a long time. So now if you look at what's going on, like I was looking at this little podcast thing, and they were showing Megan Stallion, and they were showing on the other side of the clip of Megan Stallion how many of the guys from each year she was dating, like how her type of view of a man that she was dating decreased. And I'm like, you had a valuable man and it decreased. Well, guess what? Those valuable men, you already know what she did. You already know what she done. Come on now. And there's still some soul attachment there. And that still stuff can still follow you even in the physical. So again, why is the population of STIs so high in our community? Again, not protecting yourself, not talking about abstinence, not talking about how valuable our children are, not talking about how valuable you are, especially to my sisters out there. We so quick to just do whatever. We so quick to expose the body so quickly now. Like, I'm meeting women my age or older doing it. And some of you might be jumping on my back later, but that's okay. I'm not saying that you shouldn't show something, but some of the somethings you're showing is a little too much of something. Like, I can definitely say for myself, one day I left to go out, had on a long dress, nothing showing, not even cleavage, none. Had my hair down, I had just finished washing my hair, went to go, and I've said this and talked about this on a podcast before, went to go put air in my tire, not knowing how many brothers were talking to me, complimenting me, because I was so focused on putting air in my tire. I wasn't rude about it, but they were willing to help your sister. And the one thing that one of the brothers said, he said, "You are a very rare ruby. Like, most women out here, they showing too much." He said, "Yeah, they're not giving us no mystery." And I was like, dang, I was like, how old are you? And he was 35. And I'm like, you talking like you in your 40s, 50s, 60s. Like, go on. You sound a little older than that. And he said, no. He said, there's no mystery anymore. There's no mystery. So to my sisters out there, learn to be a mystery. Don't be so quick to show cleavage or show cleavage, stomach and legs. But whatever, don't be so quick. You are beautiful. You don't need to show all of that. You are beautiful. You don't need all those eyelashes and stuff. You are beautiful. For those who may not have a brace, if they lose hair or go bald or things like that, you are beautiful. Why are you wearing all these lace wigs? You are beautiful. So with that being said, look at what's going on. Look at the attention that's being attracted. And then this is what the young girls, young women are looking at. And then you wondering why we have the same generational thing repeating itself. Exactly. We know you see it all. Yeah, brother said it. We see it all. I mean, it even bothers me. And I'm far from perfect. Back in the day, back in the day, we used to wear the ponytail. I call it the belly ponytail back in the day. Belly, the movie with DMX and then with the girl used to wear. She rocked that thing, but it was just a ponytail. Everything else was real around. Now, everything is fake. Fake lace wig, fake eyelashes, even a fake butt. Everything is fake. Counterfeit. Nothing original. Nothing beautiful on its own. And at times, we are scared of rejection. People get out here now and become very active because, especially, and this conversation I had with my love one night, we was like, women can have it anytime, but men, they get what they can get sometimes. And I was kind of disagreeing for a little bit. Then I thought about it. I was like, no, he's right. So when you end up in those situations like that, that's what happened. Then you end up with the wrong type of person, and bam, especially if you're not protecting yourself, this is what's happening. This is what's happening. Oh, it's echo in the background, love. Let me see what's going on. Maybe I need to bring down my volume some. But I definitely would say this. Let's be mindful. Let's be mindful to protect yourself. Even if it's you in your own community, start having seminars. Start having them. And start talking about being safe. I don't condone it at all. I believe in having that moment with someone who will respect your body. That's just me. I know everybody, moves differently. And I always try to encourage those to save themselves so that they won't end up with the wrong people. I've seen some young girls, and I've had those that I know from school back in the day, college days, that share something with me, and they regretted some things. But it only took one time, one mistake that cost them their life, all because somebody wasn't honest with them. Just like I was listening to a young lady who put a video out there saying, no matter how much you get checked out, your partner is not going to always be honest with you. And this young lady had been checked out before she married her partner, had got checked out again. Everything was great after that. Never did it anymore. To later find out she was HIV positive. Then her children were, because they stopped. She stopped checking. And I say to anyone, I don't care if you're married, how long you've been together, always get checked. But then you're like, well, hold on. How can you say that person is loyal to you and respect you, but you're doing that? Because people fall short. You're human. Your flesh will get the best of you. It will. So you should always think about your health, your children's health. Get them checked. I don't care. Even to teenagers that you're unaware of, get them checked. And check, make sure in your state, depending on where you live at, because now in certain doctor's offices, your teenager doesn't even have to tell you anything because of the HIPAA law. Even though you're the one paying the insurance bill, they have the right to their privacy. So that means you're paying the insurance bill. You're unaware of their health and they're not being honest with you about it. Especially for those, like I said, this young lady with her and her children was HIV positive. They need to know because these things get passed. And what if another young individual with their mother or elder, whoever it may be, gets checked and they're in their teens and now they have to live with it? Do you know if they know, just like some states now, they're trying to eliminate this now, where you don't go to jail for it. But in others, they're still there where, hey, you knew that you had it, you gave it, you go to jail. And I'm not just talking about that alone. There's other STIs out here repeatedly. So care about your health. Care about your health. Not just in that area. Care about your health for those who are out here possibly diabetic. Care about your health. For those who are out here not eating right. Care about your health. Because whatever you do, don't just affect you. It affects everyone around you. That means your family, your loved ones. Because at the end of the day, they are the ones that have to deal with everything you leave behind. And it is not fair to them. It's not fair at all. So make sure that you're taking time for your health. Get out there and set you a doctor's appointment. I'm not saying that you got to believe everything the doctor tells you and take every medicine the doctor tells you. That's not what I'm saying. Because there are some people that I meet that get up there and the doctor said I had this, I'm taking this, I'm taking that, I'm taking this. And they so proud, like they sound proud. Let me take that back. They sound proud. Like they're okay to take all these medicines. No. If you can heal thyself, do so. Heal thyself. You'll be very amazed what you can heal yourself from. But in order to heal yourself, you got to see what the root of the cause of the issue is. So if you go to the doctor and he takes certain tests and he says this is what it is, then you can find a way to heal from that and make a balance. And for some of you, you don't want to change your eating. You don't want to let go of certain things. Hate to say it. For some of y'all don't want to let it go. I've met people say, oh, I love my pork. I ain't letting that go. And I'm like, well, keep on oinking. Then you wonder why you had this issue. Others will say, oh, I love this. I'm going to die anyway, so I'm going to enjoy it while I'm still here. Are you listening to yourself? You right, bring it out. Yeah, I'm like, I'm for real. Are you listening to yourself? Because to an intelligent mind, those with knowledge and wisdom, they're looking at you and they're like, okay, free will, that's you. You know what you want. And then they walk away from you and then you wonder why you don't hear from them anymore. All because you still continue to do what you want to do. But you're going to say, well, hold on, Cynthia. What about moderations? The problem with moderation is some people don't know to make it moderation. Like seriously, with some portions. If I'm going to eat candy today, I'm not going to eat candy for the rest of the week or two. Because whatever that piece of candy that I eat, if it's a chocolate bar or a box of, like for me, I'm guilty. I love Milk Duds. But if I eat it, I won't touch nothing for another 2 to 3 weeks. Because that sugar content, which is in it anyway, is not good. And it stays in your system for a very long time. That's why they say during the times when you need to fast each week to cleanse your body needs to reset itself. I have helped those that I know who are diabetic, type 2 diabetes. I knew individuals that wouldn't eat a salad, waste salad. They rather eat the starches and the meat before they touch the salad. How about you touch your salad on your plate first? Touch your salad on your plate. Eat that green leaf. Then get to the starch and the meat last. I bet you after you eat that salad and you get to that meat and that starch last, you're not going to finish eating all of it. But you're going to feel good. You're not going to feel tired. Eat it. Stop wasting it. That will stretch you. Stop buying things that don't last long. I can turn around and eat one meal a day. One. I can turn around and not eat nothing that day at all. Because I can be full from the previous meal. Why? Because I had to mentally and physically and spiritually train my body. So that's what I had to tell these friends. Do you know that I found out that those friends came back to me? I didn't even know that they actually did it, but they did it. And they told me, I don't have type 2 diabetes anymore. Stop taking the medicine. What? You are right. Yes. Because certain things over time, the sugar, the dairy, all of these things is in the body. What it does, it causes the kidney and the liver and your spleen and all the other organs, it's very important, to work harder, to the point that sometimes it loses its pep. And then it causes blockage where you lose minerals, for those who are unaware of it. So then you're mineral deficient. I can definitely say that for me. That's what happened with me. But when I go and meet people, they say, "Oh man, you look so young. What do you do? Tell me, what is it that you do?" I say, "Are you sure you want to know? Are you sure? Do you really want to know? Because you're not going to be ready for what I'm about to tell you. You're not." And once I tell them, "Oh no, I ain't letting this go. I ain't letting that go. I love my food too much." Well, you asked what the secret ingredient was, I'm telling you. Just like a few days ago, I had somebody tell me about my eyes, and I didn't realize it, but they kept telling me about my eyes, how beautiful they were. They was just like, it's like we could just see. And I was like, just doing what I do. Spending time with nurturing your body just like nature. Take that time. Take the time to love on yourself. Take the time to try your best, even if it means removing something every 2 weeks. For some people, they can't do the once a week thing. It's just not in them. But for those who are very determined, when you're sick and tired, you will be determined to do it. Once every 2 weeks, eliminate something. And make sure you replace whatever you eliminate with the right thing. And if you don't know what that is, it's always good to learn, research, go and find you a nutrition specialist. Most doctors, and depending on the facilities, depending on where you are at, they have a nutrition specialist. They will still put meat up on there, but if you notice, they will not gear to the meat a lot. And a lot of these things will help you to heal from cancers, diabetes, heart disease, blood pressure issues, cholesterol issues, all of the above. All of the above. It's all it takes. So with that being said, again, make sure you're taking care of your health. Don't be a stranger and asking questions. You definitely can DM your sister on ways to eat right. I could definitely send you a list. You can click on my bio, my profile. Make sure you share this with other family members and let them know, and subscribe and follow. And yes, just because I'm not up here all the time does not mean your sister is not around. I'm here. I might not always respond immediately, because definitely keep me in prayer and keep one of my girlfriend's family in prayer. I lost a very dear-hearted friend, sister, a little sister to me, who I went to college with, and it shook me to my core. And I just want to send a shout out to her family, the Munga family, letting them know I love them. It's still unreal. My girl, she was not only a DJ, she was a blogger. She loved to travel. She did her thing. And when I would watch her and she would post these things, the smile I would have on my face, I would remember, like, that's my girl. I used to tell her she was going to, do great and mighty things. And even though we hadn't talked in so long and hadn't seen each other in so long, it just hit me. And don't blame yourself when it comes to not being able to see the people that dear to your heart all the time. But if you could just send them a DM or a text message or a phone call, and that don't pick up, leave a voice message. That little bit will show to them that they know that you're there, that they are so loved, and you don't have to be around each other all the time, but just enough of that. Again, let's give a shout out to all of those who we lost in the month of March. I send my love to those who lost loved ones. I don't like to use the word lost, so the loved ones who have ascended into divine realms with the divine and the ancestors. I send my condolence, my love, peace, and joy to you. because it's not easy. It's not easy to lose somebody that you love, and you have to sit back and try to figure out, like, how am I going to handle this? What am I going to do about this? Who can I talk to about with this? And if you are really, grieving, talk with someone. Don't hide your feelings. Don't let it bundle up. And listen to the young youth, because sometimes they hurt too. Like when I lost my brother the year before, and I still grieve. And shout out to my brother Eric in spirit. I actually was looking at his TikTok videos today. My brother did some crazy stuff. We are like night and day, for real. And my baby girl, she was still hurt about it. She still grieves that. It still bothers her because she still got in her mind, my uncle was supposed to spend time with me. My uncle, we were supposed to do this and do that. She said, I don't even remember the last time my uncle hugged me. Children think about that too. Those who had an impact by loved ones. So with that being said, I thank y'all for chiming on in today. Again, get up there and make sure you look up on the articles of these things that are going on around this world. Shout out to, again, to the legendary Rest in Love and High Power, Angie Stones, for those who are unaware of it. Again, oh, yes, why that's on my mind. It's been investigated more about her situation. It's a video going around, but I am unable to find it because it was a clip and then it disappeared like this, of a lady who was supposed to have been there to help, who saw this incident, and she almost lost her life too, because it said that she survived outside of the van. It's so many allegations going on, guys, like seriously. And they're still in investigation. They've done an autopsy, but they have not disclosed what's going on with the situation with Angie Stone. So hopefully her family will speak on it. And I'm really placing my faith in that, because that's something that needs to be talked about. Like seriously. Because too many of people who's putting those out on blast, exposing them for what they've been doing, are being just like that, unalived. So with that being said, make sure we pay attention to all of that that's going on around here, because it's just too much. But needless to say, again, everybody, don't let yourself be discouraged about what all that's going on. We are still in the season of the equinox. We are still in a time in the season where we are in the beginning of the new year. So New Year is here now. This is the new year. So once we hit that April Fool, because they fooled us, this is the beginning of the new year. This is the new year. Look outside your window and look at the grass and the birds chirping when you wake up in the morning. That's the beginning of your new year. So don't let that change you. This is your season to establish and to accomplish everything that is necessary. And be careful of those in this season that want what you have, desire what you have. Because trust me, you don't know. If they want what you have, that's going to be another topic I will talk about in another time. My mouth was going to ease it on out, but my mouth said, save that for another time. So thank y'all all for tuning in to your girl Cynthia J on the Cynthia J Show, holding us women accountable, not excluding the men. Make sure you get on my YouTube. Check your girl out at Cynthia J22 on my YouTube page, at Cynthia J22. Check me out every Thursday, unless God willing, God has me to do something else, because sometimes I'm always helping to save a soul. And that's one of the reasons why majority of the time you won't see me. And also, your girl still got a family. I got to rest too, just like you guys. No different. But I thank y'all always for supporting me. If you know of anybody who's in the DMV area looking for a birthing doula, hit us up. You'll find that in my bio as well, and my link, Healer Hearts Tailor-Made Doula. We are here for you. Not only are we there for the birthing part, we also are there for the postpartum. We will also help you with your birthing right packet. We will give that to you as well, to let you know how to navigate the system in the hospitals, because majority of the time, especially for Black women, Black American women, we have the highest rate of pregnancy issues and death in the nation. And this is not just, people probably like, oh, but that's anybody. No, it's not any race. It's the Black American women who are dying rapidly, especially if y'all heard of what has happened in New York of Black women dying in the hospitals up there. And there's a law where a lot of us didn't even know. I didn't even know. An old school law that you can kill them off, allow them to die, take their organs and stuff like that. What? Yes, you'd be very amazed. It's not talked about. And a lot of laws have not been eliminated. They're still there. So if they are used for loopholes, So make sure you get up there, you study this stuff, you know this stuff, so you be aware of all the things that are going on, so you won't be blindsided like majority of us are. So with that being said, again, thank you for chiming in on tonight's podcast show on the Cynthia J Show, holding us women accountable. Peace and love to all my brothers and sisters on TikTok. Thank you for sharing and supporting. Don't sleep on your sister. Your sister got a lot more to offer, to give, to help heal, and to encourage. As you do the same for me, keep me encouraged. Keep me in your prayers. It's a blessing. Only blessful prayers, only loving prayers, only rejoicing prayers, encouraging prayers is the only thing I'm receiving. I'm not receiving the bad stuff. No. But thank y'all for chiming on in. Make sure y'all keep a lookout for some other information soon to come. Peace and love to my TikTok brothers and sisters. Namaste. And to all my brothers and sisters out there on Restream Live, thank y'all for supporting. Always love y'all guys. Enjoy your day. Keep a lookout. I will be using definitely and showing y'all Healing Hearts Tailor-Made on here soon. Here we go.
story is for you.